Hello everyone, it's thomasjujube and welcome to 2024. If you're new here on the channel, first of all, thank you for joining, I greatly appreciate it. Second of all, you might not know that one of my favorite traditions here on the channel is doing a Q&A to start the year off. Just kind of a bit of, like, if you are new here, just get to know me a little bit better. I'll tell you some things about me, and if you're not new, I don't know, it's just kind of a fun way to start the year. From there, then we can branch off and see where the year takes us. So in the past, I'd like to start this with like a little recap of the year, but I don't feel like doing that this year. I'll have some things maybe to say at the end, but let's just get into the Q&A. The first question is, do I want the Another Riders idea to come back in some shape or form? So my answer to this is a bit weird because they've already been kind of doing this since Geo ended. I mean, we got another 01. We got like the Saber world in the superhero Senki movie, which is basically in another Saber, and recently we've gotten Geats Killer, which is like basically in another Geats. So all they really need to do is just like give us an actual another Revine Vice. Like, they're not explicitly Another Riders, but I think it's fun how they keep making like evil monster versions of main Reiwa riders that you could probably, like, if you just put a couple stickers on them, they could probably pass as Another Riders. So I think it'd be cool if they just kind of kept doing that, and maybe in some future special they just were like, hey, now we're using these suits as Another Riders. Would I rather fight 100 Gotchard sized Blazars or 1 Blazar sized Gotchard? So I feel like 100 Gotchard sized Blazars is like destructive because he's like insane. So I feel like 100 of him would be like 1 Blazar sized Gotchard. Hotaro's just like a scrimblow. I could probably tell him his grades are bad and then he'd be defeated. He'd start crying. Any expectations for Bun Bun Jir? So I'd like to start this off by pointing everyone to my Bun Bun Jir revealed video, where I don't give my expectations. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts on what we know so far, be sure to check that out. But my expectations, it's partly what I'm expecting, but it's partly what I really want them to do. And I just want like a goofy, silly Sentai again. Not to say that I hate when Sentai goes serious, especially with how the suits look, especially the helmets. When they look like that, I kind of want them to just do wacky shenanigans. Like, personally, I won't be able to take the show seriously if they're being super serious and they've got tired faces. So personally, I'm expecting like a really goofy show with some serious moments when they need it, but definitely not all the time. What's my favorite Kemi and character in Gotchard so far? So my favorite Kemi is very simple, Bounty Bunny, because I love bunnies, and a little bunny card that's also red just because of how the animal thing works is awesome. So this is my favorite Kemi. Shame she doesn't really do anything or have a full suit or form. Favorite character is hard because I don't love like any of the characters, but I don't hate any of them as well. Like, they're for the most part all in the same tier. Like, I like Hotaro, I like Rine, I really like the villains. I really like how they're able to get on the field and fight as Malgums. I guess Kroto hasn't been doing that as often, but like Lachesis had like a little, she's been a couple of Malgums and she's used a couple of cars, and I think that's really cool for the villains. Like, they're able to get on the field and fight and get defeated, so the hero has a satisfying payoff, but we don't undercut their status as villains. I guess I'll just go with Rine for now, because, you know, first ever female secondary rider, that's pretty awesome. I do need to pre-order that toy, but like, she has the most interesting ways her story can go, I think. Like her dad is obviously alive because this is Kamen Rider, so it's like, what's gonna happen when she finds out her dad's alive, because she kind of hates him, but she said he's dead. She's been training all these years to be an alchemist, and now she's able to use this special category of cards. So I think there's a lot of places her character can go that would be pretty cool. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts on Gotchard, make sure you check out the shorts tab here on this channel, because this last year was the first year I spent the whole year doing short reviews for all of the currently airing Tokusatsu that I watched. That includes Kamen Rider Gotchard, Osama Sentai King Oger, and Ultraman Blazar. I of course did Dawn Brothers when that was happening, Geats, Next year I will be doing Bun Bun Jaa, whatever's after Gotchard, whatever's after Blazard. This is something I want to keep doing for a while. I've always wanted to do like weekly reviews. I experimented with a few times, but this is the first time it's really something I've been able to do consistently, since they're just little minute-long reviews. That's really easy to do. So if you want to keep up with my currently airing Tokusatsu thoughts, make sure you subscribe to the channel, since again, that's something I'm going to keep doing, ideally weekly. There are some gaps here and there, but yeah. How do I display all of my toys, including Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Ultraman? So you've probably seen all of like what I do to display my Toku toys in the videos. As you can see, obviously back there, this is like the main display, really, because that's where I keep all my Zenkaiger and Ultraman and Memorial stuff, and all my big Saber collections there. Of course, in the other half, you've also definitely seen over here is my Gashat wall. And down below, as we get lower, I have a Geats like little shelf. I also recently added a Power Rangers edition in memory of Jason David Frank. And also right next to that's like my Saber book stuff. So if I had to put together a Super Sentai Dream Team, who would I pick? So obviously, I think we all know that Majin would be the leader of this team. Who else would we pick? I'll try to pick like different colors. Although, I mean, I think my taste in Sentai heroes is pretty diverse. We'll find out. Second in command would be Sonogo, because I think she's pretty cool. And if you get rid of cool, let's add a Maji Ranger. I guess I want to add, what's his name? Hikaru? The gold Maji Ranger. He's not even my favorite. I just think he would be kind of cool on a dream team. I guess that's my 6th Ranger. Let's add a let's add Don Momotaro, so we can actually, so no matter what, the team can win because it's Don Momotaro. Rackley's, let's add Rackley's. Rackley's is pretty cool. I guess he's just part of the main team. Maybe no 6, so I guess that's 5. I guess if we had to add a 6, I want to add Ryusol Red, but that's just because I really like the suit. Nothing against Ko, I just want that max suit on the team. Maybe we add him and we'll swap Don Momotaro. I guess I already have a Don brother on the team. Kirame Silver. We already have a silver. No, we already have a gold. Damn it! All of my favorite Rangers are the same color. Ryu Commander from Q Ranger. If you could do a Heisei Generations like movie but with Super Sentai, who would I have in it and why? So, let's bring my dream team back, and those are the main characters. Who would they fight? Maybe, Toei? What's my favorite drip in Rider, or at least the one I'd actually wear if given the chance? So I feel like, off the bat, I want to say, well, actually, I was going to say, Ace's, like, most of his attire in Geats is pretty badass, but that's just because, like, he's a celebrity in universe. Axel, his red jacket. I like a red jacket. But also, I forgot the Shindai siblings in Saber, their red jacket thing. That's pretty badass. I think I might have to go with that. What's my favorite out of these 3? Geats, Blazar, or King Oger? Easily Kamen Rider Geats. I really love Kamen Rider Geats. I'm not going to go into it too much here because I've made a whole season review and even a character ranking, so if you want to hear my explicit thoughts on the show, be sure to check those out. I'll link them in the description. What was my favorite Toku fight scene this year? Since I was just talking about Geats, every time someone asks this question, I always just think of the Geats Mark 9 fight, or the Geats 9 fight, the debut fight, just because it's such a cool fight. Like, I love, like, the payoff of the episode is partly what makes it so good, but also the suit's cool, like, everything about it just works really well for me. I do want to give a runner-up, though, because, like, I don't want to say Geats 9's my favorite, but I really can't think of anything I'd put above it, except this one fight in Ultraman Blazar. I don't remember the episode number, so I'll put it on the screen. They make one long sequence. Like, they don't cut at all for it. They don't really do that too often, so it looks really cool, but it's like an aerial sequence at the same time. I think I'll give it to the Geats 9 fight, but that's definitely a second place. What are my favorite gimmicks of all time, both story-wise and toys? Well, I think it should go without saying, if obviously you've been following the channel for a bit, but I love gashats from Kamen Rider Ex-Aid. Since I have a whole wall of them and I'm trying to collect all of them, I just really love how, like, the video game aspect is really cool, and I love how they each have their own unique art and personality, but obviously they're all the same mold, so they still look like the same kind of gimmick. The sounds are really cool. Like, I love they got a little jingle, and then it extends out into the actual transformation. And yeah, and obviously within the story, they are like real video games, so it just kind of adds this world building. Easily gashats. Did I watch Godzilla -1 yet? Yes, I did. I didn't think I was going to, just because I didn't know. I thought it was going to be like a single day event only, like, and those always happen like very far from me. And no, it was showing in actual theaters very close to me. So I was like, oh, I have to go. So I went, like, I think opening weekend. And I love eating woke movies for breakfast. It was amazing. For reference, I've seen all the American MonsterVerse movies, but the only Japanese movie I've seen before this was, or no, I've seen the original, and I've also seen Shin Godzilla. And I think this one clears both of them for me personally. Really made it super impactful to me is the actual kind of messages, especially towards the end. I won't spoil anything, but like the whole film has this message of kind of like moving past, like wanting to live even in the face of like depressing circumstances. And like the end of the film, like the very end note hits you with like a happy moment, like, oh, you know, life is worth living, and then like a depressing thing. But like that was super powerful to me, because I took it as kind of like, even, you know, the world is not an amazing place all the time, and like bad things are still happening, but we can still find it, like the human spirit, we can find it in ourselves to find the good in the world despite all of its flaws and move forward. And at least at the time I watched the movie, like that was actually something I really needed. Maybe that was just me interpreting the movie in the way I needed it at the time, but that was really impactful to me. So yes, I have seen Godzilla -1, and I loved it. Do I plan on getting into Gundam in 2024? I feel like there's always a Gundam question in these Q&A videos. I was going to get into it in 2023 because of Witch from Mercury, and it's not because everyone was talking like how good it was, and you know, all the representation and stuff. And I mean that's a reason I want to watch it, but it's because Majine's voice actress is one of the main characters. We'll see what happens, because every time I'm like, oh, I want to watch this show, it doesn't happen. So we'll see. Who's my favorite character from King Oger? Since we had the Gotchard question earlier, might as well give the parallel version of that. This one's hard for a similar reason to Gotchard, because I don't think any of the characters are really bad, but none of them, no wait, I was gonna say none of them are really stand out until I remembered Rackley's is in the show. It got to the point where like I felt like Rackley's was more of the main antagonist because of Gira being the main character, and the Bugnarok was just this other kind of thing. Like the Bugnarok was just there to have fights happen. Like, oh, we need to fulfill an action sequence, and the Bugnarok's here, and it makes sense because they're the Bugnarok trying to take over the world. But Rackley's is like the main source of conflict in the episode, and I thought that was really incredible. And since that early part of the show, like I think he's gotten more interesting, especially given the latest episodes. So he's definitely my favorite character from King Oger. This is a very important question. Kiss, marry, kill Majin, Hopper 1, and Hyper Muteki X8. So, I mean, I feel like it goes without saying that Majin is married. So there's that. I guess it's just between, do I want to kiss Hopper 1 or kill Hyper Muteki X8? If we're just killing like the suit or Emu, it just says Hyper Muteki X8, so it doesn't specify it's Emu. So I'll just say let's kill the suit, and then I'll kiss Hopper 1, I guess. A little kiss on the nose, because I personally don't want to kill Hopper 1. What's the best way to watch Tokusatsu legally? I mean, you could look it up, but Tokusatsu/Tubi, they have a ton of Super Sentai in Ultraman seasons and some Kamen Rider seasons. They also sell some physical DVDs. There's also some other random places, like Amazon Prime has Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider, but you can also buy Shin Ultraman as a DVD. If you can't find a show there that you want to watch, you know, you can look it up. Why do I like Majin so much? The simple answer to this is to go check out my Zenkaiju review, because I talk about that in that video. I'm not going to repeat myself here if anyone is not interested or you've already heard it. Just, you know, go check out that video. I've been linking to a lot of videos in the description, so you should probably check that out. What is my favorite meme from Super Sentai and Ultraman and Kamen Rider? It's a little hard to answer that since, you know, if you've ever been in the meme space, like, you know, memes rotate like every month or so. It's a little hard to say what's my favorite, so I'm not... Oh! Why and how did I become the red Muteki I use in every video? So, I'm not sure if this is this asking like a lore reason? Like, is this asking my lore or like the real world event that happened? Because I don't have that lore stuff set up, so I'll just say the other thing. Hyper Muteki is my favorite suit in Kamen Rider. So if you've seen like my older videos, I made like a Muteki avatar, but it was like a black and red version, and I used that for a bit. And then I pre-ordered the SH Figuarts just to have it. I wanted it because it's my favorite suit. And then, like, right around the time when it was going to arrive to me, I was like, oh, I could, like, take pictures of him in poses and then use that as my avatar. And then I did a redesign because I didn't want a all black suit. I wanted a red suit. So I did that. So I recolored him. It's all digital recolors of the Figuart. And then from there, I think then I changed my channel profile picture to fit because I thought that, you know, that makes more sense, and here we are. Now that's me. That's what people associate with me. What are the Tokusatsu suits that I would love to own / have a near perfect replica of? Well, I guess I didn't even realize these questions were back to back. Hyper Muteki suit would be pretty badass. Red or gold, either version would be pretty awesome to have. A Sentai, I would like a Majin suit would be pretty cool. Or Max Rusel red, because I love that suit, so having a replica of that would be pretty hot. Is there a video I had to scrap that didn't make the cut? There is only one specific video I can think of this, and that is, well, I mean, there's always videos where I'm like, oh, I'll make this a video, and then I go to like record it, or not record it, I go to make it, or something to that effect, and I'm just like, oh, this isn't gonna work, so I kill it. It's not making a video, or it's not gonna be a video anymore. But there is one specific instance where I was gonna make like a Geo theory video, so back during Geo, and it was like, I can't remember specifically, I think it was just some boring thing like, how did Geo end up in the build universe, or something to that effect. That's like the main video I can think of where I wrote out a script. Like, I had a whole script, and then I just never recorded it and decided not to do it. There's been a few videos that I've recorded and just I've delayed or something to that effect as well. So, would I be down to doing another Toku Ideas video at some point? The thing with those videos is they kind of take a long time to make. Like, everyone, I truly do read, like, everyone's video ideas, at least, even if they don't make it into the video, because I want to at least understand what I'm putting into the video. Honestly, if we get to 40,000 subs, at least this year, I'll definitely do another Toku Ideas video. Even if it's not this year, 40,000 subscribers, we need a Toku Ideas 4. I think that would work out pretty well. So I'd say I would be down to doing another Toku Ideas video, probably at a 40,000 subscriber milestone. I'm realizing while editing that I never actually addressed what Toku Ideas is, for some of you that might not know what that is. And it's basically, so far, a trio of videos I've released over the last few years where people submit their fan-made Tokusatsu ideas, and I select a bunch of them and spend the entire video discussing them, like all of the other videos I've been mentioning in this big video. They will be linked in the description if you'd like to check them out for yourself. Favorite toy of this year? Well, actually, I just realized it says toy, like just toy in general, so I probably will go with the Transformers Legacy United. No, is it United? I don't. Evolution. The Armada Optimus Prime they released this year, because I have wanted a new Armada Optimus for like 5 years since they showed off one prototype, And once they finally confirmed this one was coming, I went that. But I assume they also meant Toku Toy. I think I just have to go with the Memorial Gear Gear just because, you know, Zenkaiger fan. That's a really incredible like memorial toy. You get everything you want from like a Zenkaiger standpoint, and it's a full-sized gun. So what's something that Sentai / Rider have never done before, but I would like to see them try it out? Make a good show. I think honestly a straight up sequel season might be something I'd like them to do, but not like Futo PI, which does count as a sequel season, like a mini series, like Amazon's or Black Sun, just like a mini series with like the cast of whatever continuing off or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. If I would be an Ultraman for a day, who would I be? Probably Ultraman Orb, because it's my favorite, and I like that power set. And I'll have Jugless Juggler, like trying to kill me for like a period of time. And it would be nice to have someone care about me like that for a period of time. If I had to choose one Sentai character to go against one Rider character to fight, who would I choose? I'd like to see Majin fight Omagio, since she would win. Vaughn asks if he is invited to me and Majin's wedding. Absolutely, Vaughn. You can definitely come to our wedding. What is the best Toku suit that debuted this year? So I have an answer for this. Let me cover all my bases. So for Ultraman, I mean, I guess it's Blazar. It has to be. Oh wait, no. I like the Blazar fire armor. So that one, third place is the Blazar fire armor, or first place Ultraman, but like that's not number one. I guess above that we'll take a surprise entry from the Gridman Universe Fighter, since that's an actual suit for some reason, and I really like it. And I just watched the movie, and I want to talk about Gridman, even for 5 seconds. Just bring it up. I do want to mention that. Second place, or no, that was fourth. Then I said third, and then I actually said another third. So now second place is King Kuwagata Oger from King Oger. I love the gold on that suit, and the little bits of red are also cool, but it's an all gold suit. That's absolutely incredible. Right above that, I just remembered that, so this is actually the real number second. I really did not think this ahead of time. The Dino Fury blue dark suit, that is a hot suit. Like when you think of a hot Tokusatsu suit, that's the kind of suit that people are talking about when they say stuff like that. The red, the blue, the evilness to it, absolutely incredible. And it comes out of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury with some of the shittiest suits we've ever seen. But definitely in first place, I'm giving it to Kamen Rider Gachtard's X-Rex mode. That's not the actual name, but it's simply a beautiful suit to look at. I love it. It's red and gold and blue. That's my colors. I even joked about it on Twitter. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Those are my colors in the same like areas. They ripped me off, and I'm perfectly okay with that because it makes a really, really amazing suit. That is, in my opinion, the best suit to come out of Tokusatsu this year. So before I end things, I do want to just briefly reflect on the year, in case that's something you're interested in, and also maybe what I'm planning for 2024. I don't know. But in terms of 2023, once again, thank you guys so much for all your support this year, throughout the year. 2023 was a bit of an interesting year for me because it started off not amazing, and then towards the middle it was pretty good, and then it kind of dropped off a lot in the end for me personally. In terms of like channel here on the YouTube, it's pretty much been things as normal. Nothing was too crazy here. I'm a little disappointed with myself at some points. I feel like there's some places I could have done a bit more. Definitely the highlights of the year overall, I think, are this isn't really related to the channel, but I went to Transformers Con, TFCon LA in March, and I got to meet Optimus Prime, the voice of Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen. When I say I met him, like I took a picture with him and he signed a picture that I have in all my videos now. But that was like a pretty like life-defining experience, I guess, even though, again, like, not much crazy happened there, but just, you know, as I brought up earlier, Transformers is kind of what brought me to this point in the first place, so getting to meet the Transformer himself was pretty incredible. And now in 2024, this year's TFCon, they're bringing in Megatron, who's also Soundwave, who's also my favorite Transformer, so we get to do that all over again. Then I got to host the panel with Ultraman Gaia himself, the actor, because they needed someone, and my friend Achilles was like, hey, Thomas is here, do you want him to do it? And I was like, I'll do it, I'll host an Ultraman panel. So that was also, I think, a pretty defining experience overall, just because, like I haven't been in the convention space too long, but I'd really love to, like, I was thinking, like, I'd really love to host a panel with an actor I've seen in something, and I hosted a panel with an actor I've seen in Ultraman, so that was a pretty awesome experience. And we got a picture together, so that was pretty cool. And there's actually tons of pictures, I guess, of us together because I was sitting next to him in the panel, so...
It's editing me again one last time. A running joke that we have is that none of us can remember that we actually started a podcast. I did want to give a quick shout out to Marco Satsu and Keza Henshin as well, because the three of us started a podcast together called Tom Katsu, which, again, will be linked in the description if you'd like to check some of that out. We haven't made that many videos yet, but we are hoping to gear up a bit more going up to 2024 and make this a bit more of a show that we can do semi-often. So I'm advertising that, but also I do want to thank Marcos and Keza for just being my friends this year and starting a podcast with me, because I actually haven't told them, I think, this, but I've always really wanted to start a podcast, so I think it's pretty cool that I've got one with my name in it, and I'm doing it with a couple of my close friends.
So I'd like to maybe do more. That's always kind of what my thing is. I want to do more. I want to get more videos out. I want to maybe experiment a bit more with, like, what I can do with my videos, because I don't know if anyone's noticed, I kind of changed the way my scripts work, and it's let me do my videos a little faster. So I might try to go with that a bit more this year. But as always, every time I'm like, I want to do more, then life gets in the way, and that ends up not happening. But we will see how things go. Thanks to all 34,000 of you for staying tuned and checking out my videos. And here is to a fantastic 2024. As always, make sure you check out my Patreon if you want early access to some of my videos and get your name here at the end. Or just make sure you subscribe for all my future videos, and I hope to see you next time.